That gone live. We missed a great live moment. We can't recreate it, but we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Did we just get a UPS package?
I don't know.
I think we just got a UPS package. See what it is?
Yep.
It's not a person. This isn't anything that has to do with the show. We literally just got a UPS package.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Maybe we'll cook it. Anyways, welcome to Slice of Rife, guys. Episode 12. Welcome. We made it to another episode. We have a lot of special guests here and stuff today. We're doing a lot of fun things. We're going to be making something incredibly delicious. Apparently, we're getting packages, so everybody knows that, it's game time and they know where to send it. You send it right here during game time to Slice of Rife, because that's when the game is on. How about we get everybody into the kitchen real quick to come say hi. Everybody get up into the kitchen. All of our special guests today. We got Anthony Changes up in here, our raffle winner. Make sure you tune in, SoundCloud all over the place. You're good. Only the water's hot, so just don't burn yourself. Make sure you're listening to Anthony Changes. We got Doug Stark, we got Deanna Stark, we got Amanda, we got Avi, we got everybody in the house. And my wife, of course.
Yay.
Because, I do this whole thing because of her. And that's how I keep her.
That's pretty nice to say.
It's true. Really, I do it for myself. I'm very self-indulgent. I like the attention. That's the whole attention. I mean, I don't wear a shirt. Obviously, that's not for her. That's everything she doesn't want me to be doing on camera. All right, get out of here, guys. Go enjoy the show.
Yay! Full house.
But yes, full house, guys. That doesn't mean it's going to be difficult, because we always keep it simple here. However, we do have a couple of things going on tonight. First of all, make sure your oven is preheated to 375 degrees. That is necessary. Also, your water you should already be beginning to boil your water. Okay, so make sure your water is getting boiled. I've got almost all of my potatoes in there already, because it's okay to start it boiling while they're in there. I saved one giant stud here. Oh, that's me. But I saved one giant spud here. And that's this potato, so I can show you how to prep them. It's easy. We peel it and dice it. We have all of our ingredients set up. We're ready to go. We've got our steaks. In case you didn't see any of the previous stuff, what we're making tonight, guys, is a pan-seared steak served over roasted asparagus with truffled mashed potatoes and a red wine pan sauce. That's right. We're making something that sounds like you should have to pay a lot of money for it in a restaurant. But you don't, because you made it yourself, or you like and shared the video, and you won free dinner here for two, like my boy Harry.
For the win.
That's right.
For the win.
So make sure you like and share this video to enter into our raffle for our next live cook, where you can come and you can enjoy that with us as well. We also have our live cook coming up on the 22nd. It's going to be a very important episode, guys. I'm happy to announce we're going to be doing our first Gorilla-sode next Thursday. So that's this very upcoming Thursday. We're not taking any time off. We're going right into a Gorilla-sode, because we're also going to be hosting my fantasy football live draft that day. So there's going to be so much stuff going on. Let's just say I'm grilling apples. How do you like them apples? Ow! I like mine grilled, and they're fantastic, and that's what we do. Let's get this show started.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Can I win next week too?
Yeah, of course. Just like and share. You can win as many weeks as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Just like and share. Every like and share actually enters you into the raffle multiple times, so feel free to go ahead and do that. Because here at Slice of Rife, learn to please your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or your wife. And you might think it's hard, but I've got some advice. Just tune in to my show. It's every other Thursday night. And pick up your supplies so you can cook along. Find them on a website called whyshelovesme.com. Then on Slice of Rife, here it's Slice of Rife. Please your pretty. Come on and let's please that pretty. Before somebody steals your pretty. That's right, guys. The show is happening, which is fantastic. Again, episode 12. We had well over 1,000-something views last week. So thank you for all of the support. Don't forget, we're playing the Jeff Rife hand washing game. So go ahead and start your guesses now. You get up to 3 guesses for how many times I'm going to wash my hands during the episode. And every time I wash my hands, you take a drink. Because we're also playing the Jeff Rife drinking game. So every time I take a drink, every time I wash my hands, anytime anybody washes their hands, you take a drink. That's right.
And are you on the count?
And I'm going to go ahead. Yeah,
We forgot to put it on the
that's
other
okay.
side.
Somebody is going to count hand washes. They'll figure that out.
I've been here the longest.
You're like,
I've also been drinking. So.
you're on the road, man.
Can't count to
It
20.
feels like they might stay sober enough to count.
If you think it's 20. If you think it's 20.
Oh, no.
But we're going to start right now with one.
One.
That's for sure. So one's got to get going right there.
Sweet. Amanda's been designated.
All right,
We can
Amanda.
all help. We can all
Cheers.
help.
Amanda's a former raffle winner that didn't get a chance to come.
Yeah.
So we had her come today because it was possible.
What?
My arms look good right now. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. I'm checking it out and I'm like, I know I'm not like that. I did do some push-ups earlier. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I ate a bunch of almonds. I ate a bunch of cashews, so I had some nuts. And I did some push-ups. I was getting it going.
But you ain't have these nuts though.
Don't you tempt me. Don't you tempt me. All right. So that's hand wash number one, which means you're also having your first drink, and I'm going to have a drink before I get started because it just seems like a hell of a lot more fun. So you should have had 2 drinks at this point. Now I'm going to show you guys how to prep a spud, okay? So since I'm going to peel these, I'm not going to wash them first. It just seems redundant and stupid to wash something that I'm going to peel off. It would be like if I rinsed the condom
Oh, geez.
Oh Lord.
before I threw it out. Why would I do that?
That's heavy,
You
bro.
just peel it and you toss it in the trash. That's the way you work that.
That's
We
fucking
just
heavy.
lost the boundary line and been like, you know what, forget it. Let's just go like that.
Wait, do we have a boundary line? I thought there's a
I
boundary
mean,
line.
we used to be
Maybe this is a
pseudo
show.
family friendly, and you've just gone hardcore the opposite.
No, I don't say the F word. That's kind of my
Oh
only
my
rule.
God.
Your kids should not be watching this. Okay? I've said it a bunch of times. If your kids are watching this, it's cool. Like, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure they know not to act like this until they're of an appropriate
Oh my
age.
God, that's awesome.
Which is like 18.
Yeah,
or
keep it a
somewhere
little bit.
around there. I don't. Is everybody lighting me up, or is everybody mad at me on the lives?
No, but
No.
everybody's
Enjoying.
excited.
Yeah.
You can't wait to feel this off.
You're good.
Let's do it.
We can't wait.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw it right in with the disposal because why not? So just peel that off. Now we are gonna rinse it afterwards. That way you just have to rinse it once, but you don't have to get out your potato brush. You know, you don't have to get out the whips and handcuffs. We're just going for a little old-fashioned right here.
What kind of
Okay?
tater are you molesting right now?
This is a russet potato right here. It's the same potatoes that they use for baking. I use the same ones. I like the way they boil up for mash, and it gives me kind of like a homegrown feeling. So there you go. We've got all the nasty little bits off there. A couple little spots, fine. All right, you see them in your potatoes. They don't hurt anybody. So just rinse that off. Give that a nice little rinse right there. Get it nice and lubricated, okay? And just make sure you work it good. You want to rinse off both sides. I hold mine by the base. And then what I do is I just work the top while I'm cleaning it. It's very similar to the way you would clean a carrot. So you just get that down right like that. What did I say? Did I say something? Oh.
that did not count as a hand wash, correct? 'Cause
That
you're
was not a
washing
hand
the
wash
potato.
yet, but I mean,
But
once
mine
I'm
is yellow.
finished, I might wash my hands.
Okay.
Something got washed.
We're gonna dry this off.
Just clarification.
It's not a big deal, but I like to dry my produce when I'm finished with it. And then you're just gonna slice it right down the middle. And we're gonna take both halves, and we're gonna slice it down the middle again. And then we're just gonna turn these into little,
I don't sit on
let's
this.
say inch cubes. So just little inch cubes, right like that, guys. You just want these, you want them to look right about like that, just little inch cubes. That way when we boil them, they boil faster. We're gonna throw these right in with the rest of this potato that I already have cooking in here. I'm not an idiot who decided to make one potato for all of my guests.
I love
I
it.
just pre-planned. Yeah, you know, guys, we're watching carbs here. Okay, everybody has to be very concerned about their carb intake with Slice of Rife. So let's put just a couple of these potatoes in here. And honestly, my pot is already full. So the rest of these I'm just going to toss in the trash. I just wanted to make sure. That's how much I love you guys at home. I'm willing to waste pot potatoes. See what I did? A little cut right there, if you see what I did. I'm willing to waste pot potatoes so that you guys know how to better cook things at your house. You know, because if we're gonna make these steaks tonight and really set the stakes high, we're gonna need our pot potatoes to be delicious.
Josh says, scrub your spuds.
No, I don't have to scrub the
You don't need to
spuds.
scrub your spuds.
Dude, you're not paying attention? I ripped the condom off.
Oh, God.
The spud is clean.
Whoa.
The spud is clean, but my hands are not.
Free.
So it's time for a hand wash. So go ahead and make sure that if you're cooking along with me, you're washing your hands at this point too. Because you were just touching the outside. You were touching the part that got thrown away. Okay? We won't. Rubber that shall not be named. Wait, because I called it a rubber, and I mean everybody still knows what that is. It's the same thing, right? I tried. You can't. Once the idea, once the seed is planted, so to speak,
gosh.
you can't get it out there. Once the seed's in, that's why you put the protection on to begin with, is to keep that seed from getting planted. I did it again. I roundabout. I went all over the world, and I did it again.
If you happen to get pregnant because of this episode, hashtag slice of life.
He said, oh yeah, those aren't shotgun spuds.
Shotgun spuds?
Yeah, like a shotgun wedding.
Ah, heard. On that note, let's have another drink. Everybody make sure you're drinking out there with me in the audience.
Oh Lord. It's gonna be a drunken evening.
All right.
Yeah.
So our potatoes are in there right now. These guys are coming along. Again, I already had the water pretty close to boiling. It's okay to have the potatoes in there while you bring the water to boiling. Just know that they're going to need about 10 to 15 minutes to boil. That way they get soft enough for you to just mash them. I'm going to use my KitchenAid stand mixer because I'm fancy AF. Okay? But if you don't have one of these, just a potato masher will work just
Or a
fine.
hand mixer if you have one of those.
Or a hand mixer. Yeah, you could use a hand mixer. Those things scare the shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. Hand mixers and we don't get along. There's not a time I've used a hand mixer where I didn't walk away with a cut, a dirty wall, and or like a dirty face. Okay? Yeah, it's the ceiling. I don't know how these things happen, but those, if you don't have them just right, just shooting shit everywhere, okay? And it's not fun.
Your boss says this is educational yet arousing. Please continue, Mr. Rife.
Wait, I have a boss on there? My boss is watching!
Yeah, Patrick.
I can't get fired for this, right? Nobody say where I work.
Hey, if I can't get fired for letting fireworks off, I think
Take it easy. Okay? Take it easy.
Doug, you're the man for that one.
Take it easy. I'm going to use that forever as an excuse of why they can't fire me for whatever I do. Is that, you remember that one time that kid set fireworks off in the back and he was a manager? Y'all didn't do shit? So what if I told this guy to go F himself?
Shush.
What did I
Don't tempt fate, bro.
do? Don't fire me. I got puppy dog eyes.
Oh yeah.
Puppy dog eyes.
Goodness.
All right, grab your asparagus. Grab your asparagus. It's like I always got to slip in a joke if I can. I like to slip in wherever I can all the time. We're going to use a little bit of olive oil drizzle on these, okay? We're not going with the duck fat this week. We're just going to drizzle a little olive oil over all of our asparagus. You can have too much duck fat. Trust me, I've been overdoing duck fat a bit recently. I've been duck fatting everything. Just ask Andy. She still smells like it.
Oh my gosh.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to salt this up.
I'm gonna do this in duck fat. I did those in duck fat.
Sprinkle
Like,
a little
awesome.
salt. I hope nobody got that joke. That was way too dirty. Somebody got it. Ray got it. You got
Oh.
it. Yep. All right then. And we're going to pepper these as well. Because I'm going to get peppered later on
You're
tonight.
horrible.
Crack black pepper.
All right. So just make sure you get a little salt and pepper all over these. You don't have to go crazy. Because we're going to actually rest these on top of the truffle mashed potatoes later, which is going to give them a nice little flavor from that too. Mix these guys up. Just make sure they all get a little olive oil, some salt and pepper on them. I like to keep them all facing the same direction. It's fun. I do it for later. What did I actually do something I didn't know?
Shane just kicked the camera and apologized in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh.
I sure sound like, what did I
He
just
knows
touch?
better.
Mom just chimed in, duck that.
Look good. All right, so make sure this is evenly spread as much as you can. You don't want too many layers. And we're gonna wash our hands. So whoever's counting, count, and if you're at home, drink. Make sure you're having a nice little taste. Oh, don't count them out. Don't count. Oh yeah, no, it's a big secret. Because people get 3 guesses. They guess all episode. We don't want everybody to know where we are when they tune in late.
At least
You
you got
do it
it
all
here
the time.
at 3. Right? If
Yeah.
somebody gets 3 and that was it, then I'm very
And
disappointed.
who knows that he was teasing. There's actually been 15 already.
Like 8. We do it all the time on accident, though. We're like, that's 8. Oh, shit.
We're at 17. We're at 17.
I'm usually the worst.
Could just go like
But
this.
there's only like 2 people watching them, and they've already had their 3 guesses, so nobody guesses anything. Fantastic. All right. Now that our potatoes are boiling, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw our asparagus into the oven. Our oven is at 375. Make sure yours is there. It's going to take about 20 minutes for the asparagus at 375. Okay, so we're going to pop it in there right away.
That's kind of disheartening. 20 minutes. I was hoping dinner would be ready by now.
No. We usually plan to eat around 8.
Do you need a snack? I have chips and salsa.
We do
I'm
have a
not going to
snack.
say no.
I'm like, let's chips and salsa.
So we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And then, guys, it's time for a little story time.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, it's time for a little story time. So let's go ahead and set up for that.
That's fast.
Yeah, I told you this is a very chill episode.
Sweet.
It's very simple. Would you like to, wife of Rife, move the camera for me?
Yes. Would someone like to
Set,
robe?
situated.
That's all I was doing was.
I think
When I do this little
Here,
thing,
changes.
you can't see the whole. You just get to
Robe
see
the
little
chef
bits and pieces.
changes.
I can see the whole Shalana. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, much thank you, sir. Oh, that's
Hi,
very nice.
guys.
I was just tossed into this as if I was.
That's probably good.
as if I was Hugh Hefner coming home from a hard day's work. You know what
Okay.
I mean by a hard day?
Looks like a good frame. How do I hide?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a perfect frame if you ask me.
Get out of the camera, changes.
Grab our glasses here. Make sure we sit. Oh,
Lord.
don't hurt the baby. Don't hurt my good stuff. Situate this right here. Can we turn? What's going on over here?
A whole
Are
lot
we
of
still watching TV? Let's turn. What is that now? Yeah, just that one. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Hey, man.
I didn't realize we were still watching TV over there, guys. All I hear in my back is, "We're going free." It was Norwegian Cruise Lines. You owe me money now.
I work for them.
I said your name on here. Oh, well, never mind. You guys aren't allowed to have my money at all, okay?
Bad.
Ow! Well, grab your pipe, get your spectacles. Put on your robe and hide your testicles. It's time for story time with Chef Jeff. It's time for story time with Chef Jeff. That's right. It is time for yet another story time with Chef Jeff. I am your host, Chef Jeff.
Straight up.
So sit down. Make sure my testicles are actually hidden.
Your balls are showing.
There we go. Slide those over the top here. Let me settle on into this. Oh, those are refreshing parts. I am here today to talk to you about my robot vacuum. It'll be a blessing, they said, the robot vacuum. Everybody loves them. They're like the new family's pet. You're goddamn right they are. Which means they require maintenance. Similar to walkings, and groomings, and cleanings, and maintainings, and wiping down afters, and cleaning outs. Sorry, this helps calm me. Recently, I have decided that while my robot vacuum is very good to me, cleans my floors, makes sure my house looks a little nicer than it normally does, most of the time. Make sure that when I come home, I hear it doing chipper work. Sometimes it greets me at the door with its just whatever pattern that's making that eventually, I guess, gets around my house somehow. But I gotta tell you, they're a burden too. Just today, I came home to find my tiny robot vacuum had fallen into a crevice over by my window in which it had gotten stuck for who knows how long. Could have been right after it came off the charger because it's literally 3 feet away from it, so it might have done nothing. It might have run today, done absolutely nothing, but when I got home, it was super tired, so I had to put it right to sleep, or charge it, so to speak. Oh, we're out of bubbles? Oh, no. That's going to hurt me for the rest of this, because this is a stressful one. The day before that, I come home, and it has decided it was going to, just like an untrained puppy, eat the kitchen rug. Just shoot it up into the bottom of it. It's having a good old time. And this was after I had to sit down for a good 15 minutes taking it apart and cleaning out all the little grooves, of which I assure you, during this, as I would call, grooming phase, I pulled enough hair off to make a whole nother pet. So this thing has hair in it. Okay, it's a hairy pet too. It's all in there, you just don't see it all the time. It's wrapped up. Again, I come home. Yeah, I'm telling you, and without the bubbles, I don't know how I'm going to make it through. But the most recent.
I got it.
Just turn the heat down a little bit. The water's a little high on that. It's the robots. It is the robots. Yeah, just turn the heat down a little. We should be all right.
Got it.
You
Figure it out.
laugh.
Throw a little towel around the side. If that sets on fire, I have a fire extinguisher. We should be okay. So the very last time I come home, this little robot vacuum has decided that it was thirsty. So it approached the kitten's water dish just to get, a little refreshment. Meanwhile, knocking water all out of the side of the water dish. But it doesn't end here with my wet floor, no. This beautiful little pet of mine decided that it needed to put its very dark, very mark-leaving rubber wheels into the water and then drag it all over my kitchen. So I had just track prints everywhere of where this little... That's right, I bleep myself. I'm good at things like that.
Censorship.
You like that? You gotta keep it nice. You gotta keep it as nice as you can.
Especially in a row.
Especially in a row. But this little had put all these tracks everywhere like a dog that had run in from the mud without wiping its feet on the carpet. So I assure you all, these seemingly friendly robot pets that do nice work for you are just that, seemingly friendly. They are not. They are little sadistic motherfuckers. Okay, self-censorship again. But they are not to be trusted home alone. I suggest only having them if you're there to supervise them, much like children. So just treat it like a child. And that, my friends, is story time with Chef Jeff. All right, we're moving back to cooking so I can see what I destroyed in the kitchen, because who knows what happened today. Let's do this. I need the apron back. What did I do? Did I ruin everything?
No.
Yeah.
So, no, Amanda was just reminding me. I thought I've heard that entire story. I didn't realize that was your story time. It's a not safe story for food time. However, she has her own robot vacuum story that we'll have to share another time. But it also made track marks through her house with a not so lovely.
We shall have to do this as a post.
Yes.
Post conversation.
We'll post it after dinner. Yes.
Yes, we will post it. We will post that after dinner.
Yeah.
And I'll teach my wife also how to
Oh, sorry.
see a little bit of that.
Decide to work together again.
No,
It's a
your particular.
for sure.
Have you named your robot?
Josh said yes.
Bobby got whole face. I was gonna say maybe that's why it's being so ornery.
We did name our robot vacuum, so I guess it's kind of our fault because we gave it a personality. It's called the Bobby Sweep. And I'm not knocking the brand. The vacuum works fantastic when it's not, acting like a little pet. But since it was called Bobby Sweep, we call it the Bobby Cat Go Sweep. I don't know who here is old enough to get that reference, but there's a couple people here.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, most of us were born in the 80s.
Yeah, most of us were born in the 80s. We know who Bobcat Goldthwait is. If you don't, look him up. You look so bad for that.
I'm sorry, I had to borrow your robe real quick. I had a couple people make a request.
So
They
good
like
in
to
the
see me in
road.
the road.
Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to season these steaks, guys.
That might be able to replicate that look. Every time he puts it on, I think.
I'm going to wash my hands before we get this next part going. So there's just another hand wash in the hand wash game. And I'm going to have a drink because, quite frankly, after all those bubbles, I don't know if you guys know what bubbles do to your throat, but they dry it out a little bit. So you're going to need a drink after you smoke that many bubbles.
You know,
You're not supposed to inhale.
when you mentioned that you had bubbles in the pipe, I was like, oh, okay, this is family friendly. We're not talking about what's really in the pipe.
No, there's bubbles.
No, it's
Legit
legitimate
actual
bubbles.
in here.
Yeah, I'm not smoking the potatoes. I'm actually just having the bubbles. That's not legal here yet. So if you do not have a card, don't do that. Make sure you go through the proper medicinal channels.
I mean,
Just saying. We stay politically right here at Jeff Rife, Slice of Rife, and all other its affiliates and non-associated affiliates. Those views and opinions hereby addressed within this episode of Slice of Rife are the views and opinions of therein Slice of Rife's own. Except for the shit other people say. That stuff's on them. But all the stuff I say, that's just me. Y'all come with me. Anyways, we are going to salt and pepper our steaks, guys. So let's get these bad boys over here. And you're going to be generous here. Super generous. Alright, so just give them some salt. Oh, look at that love. And remember, when you're seasoning meats, you can only season the outside of the meat. So
Why?
you want to really, pay attention to the outside of that meat and do all that you can do for it. Let's get a nice amount of pepper on here too. We are going to be searing these at a very high temperature, which I assure you is fantastic. Actually, once I'm done peppering this side, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start heating up the pan.
Yes. Oh, yes, please do.
What do we have? What's happening? What's going on? I'm getting excited.
We're working.
That's
on
okay.
it.
You guys work on whatever size stuff you want. I'll stop being a peanut gallery.
Oh,
We're
yes.
going to go ahead and we're going to heat this bad boy up now. So get this pan to medium-high heat. So for me, that's about a 5.5 or 6. Okay, but we're going to get it nice and hot. Oh, yeah. Ooh. It's the slice of rife rope right there. How's it feeling, Matt?
I mean, I'm naked.
That's very nice. That's the way I wear it, too. So technically, we're Eskimo brothers.
I mean,
That means our junk somehow has touched each other's junk from some means.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
It's not an Eskimo. It's an Eskimo, please.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna have a drink.
Oh, God. I'm glad I got a new beer because
I can't.
I knew that was coming.
You're gonna need one after what's coming up next, too.
Whoa.
All right. So again, we're heating this up to about a 6. Make sure it gets nice and hot. We're going to be adding about a tablespoon of butter and a little drizzle of olive oil to that. So you're going to use both here. The olive oil is going to help keep the butter from burning, but it's also going to make sure that our steak stays super moist and flavorful. So let's flip all these little steaks here. Get these guys on the other side. Make sure you have your steaks sitting out for a little bit too, because you want to make sure that you get them to room temperature before we cook them. That way they cook properly and you don't get them cooked on the outside while raw on the inside. Happens all the time where you'll have to burn the outside. They taste rubbery, they're not good. So just make sure you thaw them. The thicker they are, the longer they have to thaw. I use the 20-minute, 30-minute per inch rule. So if you've got is that even a rule? Here's the thing.
for some people.
Dougie's really good in the kitchen. So Dougie knows when I'm just talking out of my and just making some stuff up based how I do it, as opposed to the way it's actually meant to be done.
Slice of rife rule.
Is there a rule?
It's a slice of rife rule.
It's a slice of rife rule. Hey, you live by slice of rife rules and you are going to enjoy your food. That's all you need to know. That is its rule in and of itself. So I also just wash my hands, make sure you're drinking at home. And then we're going to season these other sides of the steaks. Get these nice and salted. And then we're going to get them peppered as well. I always use fresh ground cracked pepper.
Cracked black pepper.
Just taste better.
There should be a guessing game how many different accents you use throughout the video.
We'll plan a whole episode around it. We do have a lot of fun little quirky things set up too for next week. Let's just say you might see a special guest appearance from one of my favorite Giants fans, Mr. Cracking Your Nuts, the Nutcracker. Because he'll be out here cracking some jokes. We have some stuff in plan for him in our grill-a-sode. Remember to like and share the video to enter the raffle if you haven't been doing that. And remember to guess the hand washes. That way you can win a t-shirt, because if you get it right, you win a t-shirt or sunglasses, or you can choose a koozie, whatever you want. Potatoes are still going. We're going to kind of leave these boil until the end, because it doesn't take long to make mashed potatoes once they've been softened. So I'm just going to let that chill. We are going to add a little olive oil to this bad boy right now. It's not the salt. I don't have to
Simmer
worry.
down.
It's not the salt. A little olive oil in there to heat up, and then we're going to throw about a tablespoon of butter. Let me grab a knife.
Make sure you wash your hands after every drizzle.
Oh, you know it.
We
going to
need
the
more
bathroom.
hand washes there, Mr. Rife.
I actually, I want to wash this knife, because I want to use this knife to cut the steak later. So I'm not only going to wash my hands, but I'm going to wash the knife, which means the knife, if it had hands, was washing its hands. So this counts as 2.
Oh,
This
nice.
counts as 2.
Daniel.
Well done. Damien wants a corned beef episode.
Like corned beef episode. You know how long corned beef takes to make?
I mean,
Like-
like Hispanic, not that long. Like,
Oh! We need your secrets changes.
talk to my
Just
mama. I don't
film
know.
a pressure cooker.
Yeah, just do
Yeah, for like 3 or 4 hours. It's just a camera.
This is my
time lapse
Truffle.
on the recipe. That's what it is.
Look at the time countdown.
We'll do it like a
Problem is,
nuclear
what you
explosion.
do, just fill in the time between the time you put
Yeah.
it in when you
I
take
don't know.
it out.
That story time was pretty fire.
I thought about doing morning and night episodes where we start off the morning with something that we slow cook, and then at the end of the day we finish it off with its accoutrements.
I didn't know you lived in the hood, cuz.
Oh, I do. I do. You're gonna hear lots
This
of
is
comments.
right next to the hospital.
Yeah.
Alright, this is
Okay.
nice
This is
and
true.
hot now. So we're gonna take these steaks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do about 2 minutes per side. Flip.
Like 2
Then we're gonna turn them on their side with the fat side down, so we can try to get some of those extra juices out for our juice later for our red wine sauce. And then we'll do about 2 minutes again on each side, just to make sure that they're about. Everybody's okay with like medium rare.
Yeah.
It's alright with everybody.
Yes.
Oh, you want to hear that sizzle? If you hear that sizzle, you're doing okay in life.
Okay, and what happens if you don't hear that sizzle?
Well, then you need to don't put your meat in there. Pull your meat out immediately. There's something wrong with that. Your meat should not be in
Your
there.
pan is not hot enough.
Pull out. I repeat,
Yes.
pull out.
Abort, abort.
Pull it straight out.
If you don't pull out, abort.
Abort mission.
Wow,
Oh,
washing my
wow. Did we really go there?
I couldn't help it.
Lord.
I am pro. Let's not talk about that right now
Yeah,
on this
that
show.
was
This
not
show
my
doesn't need to go there.
Things changes.
I apologize. I apologize if things got too real.
All right,
This ain't
next
Bib
count.
Sessions. This ain't Bib Sessions is where we talk about those things. You go to Bib
Next count is
Sessions.
how many times he apologizes.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. Or we'll be real drunk if we drink every time we apologize.
I did just wash my hands, so I hope you're having a drink, and I'm having a drink, so I hope you're having a drink.
Well done.
And we're gonna add a new rule. Every time I get a beer, you have to have a drink. And I'm about to get a beer, so get ready to have a drink. I don't remember how many minutes those have been on there, but that's okay. We're gonna be just fine.
Kind of important. As long as you don't see smoke coming from the oven,
It
right?
hasn't been more than 2.
No,
This is
absolutely
That's
not.
all I need to know.
You're good. You barely have a sear on there. You're good.
Yeah, it's coming along. I don't like to touch them too much. I like to just leave them
Leave
alone.
it alone.
Yeah, you don't touch it. You
Yeah.
gotta just let it sit. It's the same way as I was doing the crispy thighs.
Yeah, we have another
I was
culinary
doing those
expert in the house
thighs.
tonight, actually.
Don't-
What'd you say?
Not me.
Don't
we
touch
do
your
have
meat too
another
soon.
culinary expert in the house. You're as much of an expert as he is.
Oh, trust me, bro. You know a lot more than I. You've actually worked in kitchens before.
Yeah.
I cut some vegetables one time in the kitchen, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to. Anyway, I didn't lose a finger, so I felt accomplished.
Josh says Jeff's extra juice motion is something else.
I don't even know what that means.
You got the motion, guys.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about my extra juice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's just for you, buddy, when you come back into town. Okay? Missing you over here. I'm sure you're missing my extra juice.
I don't
Right.
even know what is happening right now.
Yeah. No, I wanted that to get real awkward. Did that get real awkward?
Success.
Awkward by design.
We're going to achieve silence. So,
That's exactly what I
with
wanted.
this
I wanted
crew, that's
nothing but awkward. All right, we're gonna start flipping these steaks. Now you should try to remember where you put them in. That way you can flip them the same way that you put them in. Very nice.
How long till dinner's done?
What
Asking for a friend.
10 minutes. Alright, let's give these 2 more minutes on this side now.
I like how you avoided my question. Thank you.
No, it's going to take about 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes max.
Solid.
Something like that, I believe.
I'm with it.
Should be done around then. I'm going to give these potatoes a stir. These potatoes should be about good. I don't know, man. It's a process. It happens. Oh, yeah, those are nice and soft. So we're going to turn that off, but I'm going to leave them in the water right now just to keep them warm. Because once we make them, then it's game time. Look at these bad boys. Now I have a plate over here because we're going to have to pull these steaks out at some point. We're going to have to just let them rest while we make the sauce. So I'm going to keep that right over chow.
Chow.
Right over chow. Yeah!
Sorry, I felt it. Don't judge me, I felt it. I was
Apparently
feeling
we're remaking a samurai movie right now at the dinner table. Was that the start of like your Naruto run?
it. Don't ask me because I don't even know what that was.
I like it.
Yeah,
It
solid.
was involuntary.
Right. It was a natural reaction.
The asparagus is almost done. I'm going to keep it on for just a couple more minutes because I put a lot of asparagus in there. And then this next part that we do with these steaks is a little weird. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to actually flip it on its side and like try to hold it up. So you're going to use your tongs. You should be using tongs. Make sure that the fat side is down. And we're just going to give it a couple of minutes on this fat side down.
I don't like the way you keep saying fat.
Hey, bro.
To be honest with you.
I'm using it to get all the goodness out because that's where all the goodness is. So
In
There
the
you
fat,
go.
right?
Give me that.
Get
Give me
right in
that.
there.
Gotcha. I feel better.
Right in the fat. Oh, that is fantastic. And let that sit there for about 2 minutes now while it just kind of cooks on its side. We're gonna render that fat right down on in there so that we can use that to make our delicious pan sauce. Mmm. Starting to smell nice in here too.
Is that what that is?
That's what that is. That includes
I'm gonna do a little cleaning because cleaning is, helpful. Remember to like and share the video, okay? If you're watching at home, that way you can win your chance for dinner here for 2. You can come join in on the nonsense. We are at the point of no return in just a few minutes for hand washes. So if you haven't guessed all 3 guesses, but you've been watching all show, this is a pretty good time to make your guess to make sure that you win a t-shirt as I wash my hands again. We've got just a few minutes left before we end the hand washing game. Guess ability.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever I just said. Kind of made sense, right?
The cutoff for hand washes is about now, y'all. There we go.
Just about now, y'all. Y'all is important there.
Yeah,
That's the
very.
most important part of that. Ooh, I like seeing the steak bleed just a little out. It's nice.
It just means it's gonna be juicy.
Let you know it was alive, you know?
Oh,
Oh, that sounds terrible. That's not what I meant.
Right on.
Oh,
Did she have a name?
You're gonna eat butter, geez.
they called her Cindy Moo.
Oh no.
She lived in Mooville.
Cindy Moo
Cindy Moo who lived in Mooville. Made little moves.
Is it a bad time to mention that I'm vegan?
Oh.
That episode.
You had a whole week.
I hate to break the news to you. But we're eating beef tonight, buddy.
I'm cool with it. I'm also a terrible liar.
Ben Bell said nice tongues.
Ooh. Now these steaks are a little bit thinner than the ones I used last time, so we're just gonna go a minute on each side again. So just pop them back down real quick for a minute. I want to make sure we don't overcook these.
Can we get a professional opinion?
On what?
Doug, is he touching his meat too often, or is that's good?
He's not going there.
I'm off.
Off the clock.
Yeah, Dougie's not working right now.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, this is fantastic. We can
That'll
put the
be
timer
fun.
on for 1 minute, but I know about what 1 minute is there. Guys, share with the audience, share with the camera, guys, share with
My
the
mom
group.
and my aunt are like fighting on.
Oh, what are they fighting about now?
I didn't catch my mom's first comment.
She said hashtag fat side down.
Oh, and she said, Donna Marie, are you telling that boy how to cook? Actually, the fat side should be up. And she said, no, he just said fat side down.
They are like arguing about which one's correct.
We're flipping around. It's easy.
Oh no. I think we should have a cook-off.
And then invite us.
I'm here for it.
Straight up.
Will
done, guys. We want to keep them medium to medium rare. And like I said, these were a little thinner and they were cut a little smaller than the last ones I was making.
I don't know.
So I want to make sure I do not overcook these. So we're putting them right here on this pan now. We put them on this plate to keep them nice and hot.
I really think a cook-off would be dope. Your top 3 followers come and try to cook the same.
Recreate one of the dishes?
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Nailed
Would
it
we
style.
need like 3 kitchens though? Like do we
Yeah,
have to go
that's the
live from
problem.
3 places?
Yeah, maybe.
Because it'd be tough for everybody to use this stuff.
I didn't
We
say I
could
thought it all the
probably
way
make it
out.
work.
Well, if you made the grilling
It was good between
show,
my ears, bro.
if you made the grilling show, you could easily get 3 grills in one plate.
That's true. And we're doing a grill-a-sode coming up very
Yeah.
shortly.
Is
So
that
we're going to
dinner?
pop those right there. Those are steaks. Not all of
They're gonna
them.
rest.
Those are just the steaks. Now you hear this going. What we're going to do is we're going to throw about 2 tablespoons of butter in there. So I'm making it for a lot of people. So we're going to get that butter going. And then I'm throwing, it's about 2 full shallots in there, okay? We're going to use this butter. We're going to use the rest of these drippings to soften up this shallot. And then, since I was touching butter, we're going to wash our hands. That's right, guys. And this is going to be the last hand wash of the night that you can guess.
Pat said, it's very sweet of you to cook a delicious dinner for these poor homeless people. You're an American treasure, sir.
Doug, you want to come get up on camera for us, buddy? No. Oh, but that's weird, no, bro.
You don't have a choice.
You're like,
Come on, bro.
absolutely not.
good.
Alright, we're just cooking this to soften these shallots. Just a
I'm
couple
gonna be
of
on the
minutes
scenes.
here. Get these nice and soft. Starting to smell good and fragrant there.
This is my favorite part, the sauce.
Sauce.
See, I try to make sure that all of my recipes have a sauce.
I love the sauce.
Because the sauce always makes the dish. It really does. It's all about
She's
the
a
sauce.
she's saucy.
Sauce.
Ooh.
Sauce.
I've coined myself a saucier.
If you're at home right now, just say it like that. Go sauce. See if it doesn't feel good. Because it
Sauce is
does.
sauce.
It feels fantastic to just say it.
Fantastic.
Say it.
Sauce.
Yes! Can I get one?
I have to do it?
Yeah!
Sauce.
Yes! Doug, let me get a sauce. Sauce! Andy, can I get a sauce?
Sauce.
Sauce! Changes.
Sauce.
That one might win. Not very sexual.
Sauce? You
Like, I
get
thought that was
sauce?
pretty good. And then she
Sauce.
nailed it.
I was the first one that said
So you
it.
have to say it again, though. We're doing it around the room.
Sauce.
Yay!
Oh, she wins.
Oh, well.
She wins the sauce. She is the sauciest, the saucier.
She's a sauce bouse.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pour our wine in here now. I'm using a cup again because I'm making
Mom
2.
said sauce.
And we are gonna deglaze that pan. Okay, so now we're just deglazing the pan. So you want to basically rub the bottom and get all those little bits up off the bottom that have caramelized down there.
Can you do me a favor and say that one more time, but slower?
You need to get all that good stuff up
No.
off the bottom.
Rub the bottom.
Rub the bottom. You want to get all that good stuff up the bottom.
Josh said someone's on the sauce again.
Ooh, deglaze, yeah. You deglaze that pan, baby. Oh no, but this is already starting to smell good too.
Yeah, it smells amazing.
We're getting this nice and deglazed. The next thing we're gonna add to this is actually gonna be just our beef broth. Now I've got 2 cups of that. Again, I'm making enough for 7 people. So if you're making for less people, you can make half this much of this glaze. But you know, it's pretty good. So maybe you just want to make it all. But you got what? I don't know. That wasn't even sexual.
No, it's commenters.
Oh, well, let me have it. I
Wanna do
want to
that?
hear. I want to hear the comments. I want to hear from these people.
I was just explaining to Patrick that I was gonna crumb. No, never mind. Never mind. You asked, bro. You asked.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Mom's coming after.
I know.
Drink. Drink to forget that one.
Mom,
Everybody.
right? I can't. Mom said she can almost smell it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you knew what it was when I signed up, bro.
I did. I'm so very happy to have you here. All
We were
right.
looking forward to it actually, so it did not disappoint.
This deglazing is going very well. We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove these potatoes now. Careful if yours is hot. Now, I used a double boiler so that it was easier for me to just take them out and dump them right into my mixing. But if you have to strain them, just throw them into a strainer and then transfer them into whatever you're using.
I'm glad you explained it because I was looking at you
Yeah,
like, damn, that's a twofer. He just
You like
That
that,
was
right?
clever.
You like that? Yeah, I know. Your
I
boy's
would.
been cooking for a while now. He knows some things.
I mean, at least 6 months.
Oh, you fancy, huh?
We're on episode 12.
Oh, you can do math.
Hey, I didn't know you were smart like that. That's so funny. Wow, that's a full mixer.
Yes, that is a full mixer. And since it's a full mixer, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put in 3 teaspoons of truffle oil. Okay, so 3 teaspoons of truffle oil. Just drizzle that over the top there. Now again, it's not gonna look like a whole lot, but truffle oil is incredibly potent. So you do not have to add a whole ton.
Just so everybody knows, truffle oil costs about
You didn't know you were getting truffle
$72
potatoes?
per ounce.
Yes, truffle oil is very expensive, but you don't need a lot, so don't use a lot. I'm also, since I'm making like
Here.
6 or 7 potatoes, I'm gonna put a whole stick of butter in there. So there's a whole stick of butter going in. Of course, of course.
Can't go wrong with butter.
And then just a couple tablespoons of milk. A couple tablespoons of whole milk. Just a little bit, just to soften it up.
There you go.
Not too much. And then we're just gonna let this mix for a while, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw my little KitchenAid mixer stand thing on. And now watch how I make mashed potatoes.
Extra fancy.
And now we add our beef broth to our pan.
Boot it. What does that mean?
Now we're just gonna let this thicken up. So make sure the heat's nice and high. We want to get this to a nice little
I
simmer.
have a practice.
And then once it starts to reduce just a little bit, we're gonna throw some butter in. About 4 tablespoons of butter based off how much I'm making. And that's going to just kind of settle and let the sauce thicken up as it cools off the side. And then we're gonna eat, guys. So we're done. So this is just gonna take another minute or 2 and we are all set. We just gotta get this bad boy steaming.
Pat was saying Jeff's spending that money, all those lunch clothes is paying off, champ. with the truffle oil.
Like I said, truffle oil, yeah, it's gonna cost you a little bit when you first buy it.
Yeah.
But I have these little bottles that are cheap as all hell, and you'll go through one every like 6 months to a year max, and that's if you use it all the time. So it'll be $10, $15 for that little amount.
A little bit goes a long way, though.
Yeah, it's just
Very
like the duck fat. Duck fat is a little expensive, but trust me, it's worth it. After you eat it and you look at it and you're like, oh, it costs that much, and I use that much. Well, duck fat, I'm using that all the time.
Duck fat.
It's a little callback from last episode to any of you who did watch. Now that this is going pretty well, hold on. I got to do the toughest part of when I make mashed potatoes. Let's add some salt and pepper.
Yeah.
And be generous with your salt and pepper. It's at least here, there's a lot of mashed potatoes.
I can feel my blood pressure going up.
I know.
Amongst other things.
Great form.
You like that, right?
Are you
And
done
then
washing
every
your
now
hands?
and then when the up and down goes
You better wash your hands.
I didn't finish yet.
I'd rather you know.
Lies.
Now we gotta get that pepper going for when the up and down just doesn't work.
Oh.
I now refer back to my Patrick comment. I'm gonna crumb.
Two of these.
So add some
Story of my
pepper too.
life.
And you can do this to taste. So if you do this, you mix it up again, and you go, oh, there's really not enough salt and pepper in there. Add more salt and pepper, guys. You're your own human. You're your own
Oh
person.
my.
You can be an adult.
Your mother-in-law said, oh my.
My mother-in-law said, oh my. Look,
that make you feel?
I know what I'm doing. I'm talented, okay? I got this. I got this under control. Don't worry. I'm washing my hands again. So you can't guess, but there are still hand washes that count towards the hand washing total, guys. That's where this gets fishy. Because now, who knows? Not fishy, steaky, I don't know, meaty. I don't even know where this napkin came from. It's much for dinner.
Pat said, I just remembered I still have your Tupperware. Hashtag bad friend. Hashtag damn it. Hashtag soused.
Wait, he's who has our Tupperware?
Yes.
I've been looking for that Tupperware, bro! Unbelievable. Lower the heat just a little bit on this if you had it up as high as I did. You want it about medium now. While this finishes off.
Hey, buddies.
She loves you. You know what I found the other day? The video when I saw you in Starbucks and Alex was like,
Yes.
You
Oh, she's
guys.
little. Yeah.
you were visiting.
We'll put this
You walked
bad
in,
boy
I'm like,
over
oh,
here.
I live here, yeah. I remember that.
I thought about bringing my own Tupperware in case I didn't finish it. Like, I'm just gonna pack
We
this
can,
up.
yeah, we'll wrap it up in a
Take it
Ziploc
home.
bag or
I
something.
really thought about it.
We'll get you covered if you don't finish. But you'll probably finish. I didn't make a
always
ton of it.
finish.
I always.
No.
Well, all right then.
Yeah, no, all right. good party going on here
Well,
tonight,
I
guys.
think it clicked.
I don't know how this is gonna end, but the way it began was great. Let's get all these potatoes in there. I just like to stick them down.
Don't hurt yourself.
Oh, I won't.
It's on a mixer. Damn mixer.
This is why you
Might make
can't
your
do
view
the
show.
hand
This is why I don't use the hand
That's
mixer.
why you
Yes,
can't
'cause
use
I'm-
the hand mixer.
He's focused. So
He knows what's gonna
I
happen
love
too.
it.
You realize like we're all okay with watching a half-naked man cook our meal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
If we
100%.
saw this at a restaurant, we'd be like, who the fuck is letting that guy work?
We watch it every week,
Right?
every episode.
Every other
We know what we
yeah.
were doing.
Every
Yeah,
episode.
right.
At least we can see him though.
Right.
Yes,
right.
yeah.
You know what's going
Hey,
on in
keep
the back
your
of the restaurant.
hands up. Man.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It's not hidden.
I mean, plus at the cost
Although
of
I did
$3.99,
start to tie my apron a funny way just the other week, where you would put it around here, and then you get it up underneath the front,
And tagging it.
so you get it coming down underneath here while you're tying it. And
Hey,
you
you're
just
not.
work
You're
it.
not.
We're gonna need
It's
a
tough
hand
because I
wash
can't
after
see
that.
it, but I gotta get it in there, and then it ties up in the front like that.
Yes.
Hey, more than 2 knots and you're playing with it, bro.
Officially requesting a
That's
hand
so
wash.
perfect. Yeah.
We should wash our hands after this. Cheers to that.
Officially requesting.
Oh! Oh, I got a little white stuff on my chest. I guess I got really excited
I
there.
was like, what is happening?
Everybody was enjoying the show, and I got so excited. I just all over me.
Oh my god.
It's good.
Well,
I didn't
you
wipe
know.
that off.
I guess now is as good a time as any to say that Pat said he's
Should've sounded
homesick,
right there.
and now thanks to this show, super turned on.
Pat, my man, only you can do you, if you know what I mean. We're gonna add a little extra milk to these mashed potatoes to make them a little creamier, guys. So they're a
You need
little
a bit
thick
extra?
still. Just a tiny bit thick, so just a splash.
Now
We
you
just
said
said the most golden comment ever.
Did you just get enough cream?
so good.
That was great.
This is a great
Give
episode.
her another
y'all.
beer.
Oh, it's like turning
More
up.
comments are
It's
gonna
like
come
turning up a machine to pleasure yourself right there. Because it makes me so happy. I don't have to do any work.
See, no line. We have
Alright,
officially thrown the line down. FYI, for those watching, there's no line anymore.
Right.
Literal line stepper.
We're done.
Lines are
Thank you,
useless.
changes.
I mean, people are gonna.
It's my fault.
jump them.
Rules are meant to be broken.
I am the line
Rules.
stepper.
What was it Joe Rogan said? Rules are just made by a bunch of people that we all consider to be liars and thieves. So let's just figure out what's right
as opposed
instead
to
of what's legal. Like I'm a fan of that. Like
I like that.
I'm a fan of that. So
Joe Rogan
yeah,
for the win.
yeah, I broke the law.
As per usual.
So
He
to
smoked
speak.
bubbles too.
Yes. Javi, where have you been every episode?
Oh man.
Takes a couple beers.
Right?
Bobby's coming back to co-host.
We're just warming
All right,
Right.
I gotta wash my
Right.
hands again. I was touching potatoes.
I need another burr.
I got some.
Yeah, bring them out.
I mean,
Bring
but
those beers
I
out.
also need to use the restroom because I've had.
Oh, you're feeling it, huh?
I mean, I was also the first person to get here. I drank through nerves.
That's true. I've been drinking the
All of
waters.
us. Good. I brought the cooler, so you don't have to.
So smart, Todd.
This is almost reduced enough. We need like 2 more seconds. We're gonna sprinkle it with a little salt. We're gonna sprinkle it with a little
He's a Boy
pepper,
Scout.
just to add a little extra flavor. Not too much. A little salt and just a tiny amount of pepper.
I can't do it.
Super smart though. I'm gonna start doing that.
And then we're also gonna go ahead and cover these mashed potatoes to keep them nice and hot. Okay, so we'll cover the mashed potatoes with a little aluminum foil.
Worse. I knew something was going on.
Keep them right in the mixing dish because it's actually made out of metal, so that's going to keep it pretty hot because it's going to retain its heat, which is fantastic. I don't have to put them in a serving dish. And then I've got my plate set up here, so let's get these going.
You done gone to bed? Oh yeah, you need some plate help?
I think I'm okay.
I can assist. No, you're good. Okay.
I think we're good.
Full house.
We're good, as long as I don't drop these all over the floor. Maybe come over there and stand and make sure I don't drop them all over the floor.
Okay.
just in case. These
Gotcha.
steaks are gonna come over here. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Smart.
All those juices running right off because they've been sitting there. But you need your meat to sit, okay? You don't want to just get your meat and get it all worked up and then go right at it, because what happens is the juices, they come out too early.
Yeah, Doug's saying you should have put it in the pan, but they would have gone all over the floor.
You want them in a pan? Oh,
So you could have put them in the pan. In the pan.
Yeah, but the pan's got sauce in it and my other pans aren't big enough.
No, but you had sauce working over there. That's gonna be.
He could have added it to the pan, is what he was saying.
Oh, you think the juice should have gone in the
Yeah.
sauce? I see what you're
It's
saying.
all good. It's all good.
I'm washing my hands.
All right, let's drink.
Living
Let's
and
drink.
living.
Everybody drink,
Right.
because I'm washing my hands. Let's get
Hand
time.
wash. Right.
So make sure you get rid of that.
Don't throw it in the garbage.
Hey, I know he just texted me to try to remain some anonymity, but Patrick just texted me. I'm in my boxers, laying on my couch alone, watching a half-naked man cook steaks for you and Tarzan.
What has
Wow!
We're not gonna say
Holy
that.
moly!
We're not gonna do that.
No! No.
Wait, who Tarzan, who Jane?
Oh my god, yeah, I just exposed that on
No, we're not going
live and Facebook. Never
I
mind.
have too many coffee cups.
Hey Pat, you see what you almost did, bro? I'm fucking crying over here. Pat, you almost caused a severe rift in my relationship with Douglas and Dee Dee. Goodness.
All right, this is thick enough now where what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just turn the heat off. And we're going to add these 4 tablespoons of butter, guys. Pop that right in there and let that just kind of melt into it. All right, we'll stir it up a little bit before we serve it. All we really have to do now is slice the steak. Should I slice the steaks or should I just put them on the plates?
Your call.
Probably just going to put them on the plates.
My shit better
Because
look
I got
exactly
it
like
set
the
to go.
picture you sent me.
It's not. It's going to look close. It's
It'll
gonna
be
look
similar.
close.
Same, but different.
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, same,
that?
but different. I do like that.
I'm gonna ask to speak to
I
a
appreciate
manager.
the callback. All right, so all
Yes.
I need to really do is plate. I think at this point, let's pull
Sweet.
this asparagus guy out.
Benjamin Bell wants to ask if we can see the audience.
If you can what?
See the audience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're about to turn everybody on to the audience.
Everybody good?
Or turn everybody in the audience on.
Yay! Hi, Ben.
What's up, Ben?
What's up, guys?
It's kinda
Yeah,
wild
I forgot to
Ben
tell you
Bell's
Ben
in
Bell
there.
is here. Hi, Ben.
I went to high school with Ben Bell, man. I've known that kid for decades.
Mom said no, slice them.
We've done so many unspeakable things, me and that kid Ben Bell.
Low key agree with mom.
No,
Did you say you weren't slicing them?
I'm not going to slice
Oh,
them.
Mom
no.
said no, slice them, and
I'm
Chennai
not gonna
said
slice
let's
them.
eat
I'm not going to slice them because they were thinner than I thought, and I want to make sure I didn't overcook them and I don't get called out on national TV.
Oh,
That's fair.
Word.
But like,
But what I am going to do is put some of these mashed potatoes on the plates and start getting this thing plated.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Slice one at least. All this build up, bro.
All right,
Mom
all
said
right.
exactly.
I will slice
Pick the
one. We'll
bigger
see
one
how
and
I
slice
did.
it.
Yeah, I would have picked the bigger one. I think I did okay.
I think
But
you were
I don't
probably-
know for sure.
I think you're
We're going to
probably-
slice Anthony's because Anthony's requested it
I'm
sliced.
cool with it, bro.
And he's
Confidence,
technically the
yeah.
winner.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think you're
anything
probably
from rare to medium well, I'm cool with. So long as my steak isn't gray, I'm alright with it.
It's not gray, I hope. I mean, it doesn't look gray.
It's all beef.
It's a slippery slope with steak, you know.
Yeah.
All right, we're
Oh, it
almost
is
done
good.
with the plating,
Smells so
guys.
good.
Sorry, I'm plating 7 over here. Takes a
Hey,
second.
it's starting to look like a Cindy party over here. I need runners.
Runners! I need hands! Guys, hands! I need hands on the line.
Look
Pat,
at the
hey,
seed.
Pat just asked if he can crumb, please.
Pat's crumb here before.
Lord Almighty. That's true. He has.
God.
All right, we're gonna load these up.
Load it. Oh, we need accoutrement.
Yes, please get forks and knives for everybody.
I don't know what you just said, but I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Accoutrement, not a cum on your mom.
It's,
Wait, what?
I have no idea what that was.
I'm so glad my mom's not watching this.
I'm not.
You know what? You just cooked, so I'm gonna let that slide.
I want all the sport I
Hey,
can get.
I think we got a guest locked out, but I think he figured it out.
Oh,
Get
Sorry,
the other
Mommy.
one. It's the other one.
Just
Yeah.
in time for the steak to come.
Right?
Perfect timing.
Bye-bye.
Leave you out there with the cat.
Yeah, like that.
Here, that's the one we're gonna cut. That's changes right there. And remember, guys, I just got little top sirloins. Okay, I didn't go super fancy with the steak. The fanciness of the meal comes with the fact that it's delicious
And free.
and free. Yes, all very free.
I'm like, we got a lot of people here. We went a little.
Yeah.
Supervise how you slice mine.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll just slice your meat. So.
Supervising.
All right. Let's see here. Is this the one?
I just want to let y'all know that he's for real naked back here.
Yeah, I'll send
No
it.
Oh, look at that. Suck it. Oh, perfection, guys.
I'm just putting out.
I'm glad I didn't have to cut them all because that would have been a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
But these bad boys are looking very good.
And more importantly, I'm glad he sliced mine.
Right.
I'd be all sliced up in here. Bro.
I mean, it is called slice and crap, so I feel like he has to hold up to
Over
the end
here.
of the bar.
Oh, you can see it. Hopefully I don't drop it. But yes, you can see it.
Hey, don't play dangerous games with my meat, player.
Wow. Your meat stuff.
Okay.
Let's get this plated.
Delish.
And then, sorry, your guys all aren't cut. You're going to have to deal with that.
Fair enough.
Okay, so these are those.
And then all you got to do is add some sauce, guys. And then we're sauce-rific.
Yeah. All right, cool. So please
Sauce.
have
No, no,
a
I
seat. You guys can. Well, he and I will sit here since we'll be the last after the video turns off. So you guys sit over here.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna start handing out
He's got
plates.
the meat sweats.
Oh, that's beautiful. I know this is changes.
Whoa, whoa, hey,
Oh, forgot hands off.
Come on now.
Lies. Just kidding. I got real excited.
I mean, same, shorty.
Shouty, shouty.
Probably could have thickened this up a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to taste delicious.
Looking a little thin around here, player.
Yeah, well, once you stick it in your mouth, trust me, the flavor's thick and robust.
Don't you put words in my
What's
mouth.
this? No.
I cannot.
You can't even.
Can't even.
Oh,
This
this
episode,
Looks
man.
delicious.
I'm at odds with how much I can't even.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Alright. Who wants small ones?
Just put them out there.
I didn't
Give
come
me
here
the
for that.
tiniest one.
Ladies
That's what she
first.
said.
Thank you.
Title of my sex tape. Give me the tiniest one. I'm coming over there. We're going to turn some things around. And we're going to get to eating, guys.
Yep, show is.
Jeff, you want to sit here?
No.
No,
You stay right there.
You guys are good. We're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
come
here.
over there. I got to move this guy around. Woo! We got to move this right around over here. Do the salt bay. All right, hold on. I'll salt bay for you, buddy. We'll give you some salt bay. We'll get a little salt in here.
Hey, ayo.
All right, which one's mine?
Over here at the head of the table.
Ah. In honor of Ben Bell tuning in for an official episode,
My
let me
man.
go ahead and just get a little salt bay. All right, everybody, go ahead and dig in.
Yes.
Hold on.
Tell us what you think. Hopefully, I didn't mess everything up.
This is the first time I've ever actually taken a picture of my meal.
First time having
I also washed my hands again. I'm doing it right now, just in case you're still
Oh yeah.
playing a hand washing game. And again, all of the flavors should go together, so you can eat all of the flavors together. Is it okay, Doug? It's good.
So good.
I hope it's delicious, guys. Again, I've only made this one other time, but I'm just trying to let you all out there know that it's not that hard to just cook some food and have some fun with your friends.
Yeah, you could have just sliced.
I probably could have just sliced. I know.
Great.
Well,
You should have trusted yourself more.
First bite
I did.
is amazing.
I sliced one, because it's sliced right. If I had to slice when it's sliced right.
Hey, but say
So I was doing
the
right.
most important one.
I sliced the most important one. I sliced our raffle winner.
Good.
Again, go to whiteshowhusband.com. Get old episodes. Get old ingredients. You can cook along with old videos too. They're all right there in each one of the episodes. So if you want to make some of the meals we've made in the past and eat some of the delicious food that we've eaten in the past, go right ahead and do it. It's not that hard to entertain guests and cook an incredible meal for everybody. Honestly, this wasn't expensive, guys. Like this for all 7 of us was like $40-50, which is cheap as hell when you want to impress your friends. I let you guys in on the secret, but you don't have to let your guests in. Though you should
Unless they
tell
watch
them.
the show, in which case you just
you,
ruin it.
you should tell them to come watch Slice of Rife, though. That way they can all be as cool as you are. Because don't be a dick and hold out on that information. That's
Big facts.
that's like knowing the cure for cancer and not telling people. This is knowing the cure for being single and not getting any. And you know it now. And it's whyshelovesme.com. And it's having your own little slice of life at your place. Okay, so tune in, like and share. Come experience this all here. Make sure you enjoy your life as much as we do, because that's
Why she loves me!
Yeah,
We got there.
I
Bye.
never tell people we're gonna do it. I just do it to people to screw with them. It's fantastic. They all get it.